And good afternoon, and welcome to the Leaders Only Digital Show and Podcast. This is today, August 24th, 2025, man. It is 2 p.m. Eastern, and we are glad to be here. I'm Samaj,
I'm Kendall.
and today we are brought to you, per usual, by Water Change Mentoring and Tone Drone. Today we'll be covering a few stories being talked about on social media, and the main story being a LSU student athlete being arrested for connection to murder. Um, we missed you guys, you know what I mean? Last week we were going to cover these
Yeah,
stories, but we ran into a little bit of technical difficulties on everybody's part, our phones, our computers, everything. So we're glad to be back, and we're going to jump into these stories today and give you our feedback and how we feel about them. So please invite your friends to check out the Leaders Only show. Have a watch party, subscribe to our channel, share, like, hit the bell, and comment below. And if you're not watching it live, you can always come back and hit the hashtag replay. Put that in the comments and let us know that you were here. Great, beautiful, sunny Sunday. How you feeling, bro?
man, I'm blessed, man. I can't complain, man. Another day, man. Here to be
Yes,
here.
indeed.
Glad to be back. Like you said, man, missed them last week, so glad to be back and ready to kick it off. As usual. How you?
I'm doing well, man. Uh, just trying to get on the right track and stay on the right track. You know what I'm saying in certain areas, but just left the farmers market, did well. Just dropped off some watermelons and empanadas and some juice to Ashley. Got to see Cece, and now I'm on the side of the road shooting the show. Then gonna get back down to the house and get some things together, man.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
complain at.
man. Yeah, that's
So
right,
yeah, man.
man.
Without further ado, you know what I'm saying. I just want to start off a little light, man. I know you've seen what's going around. We don't know it to be if it's true or not yet, but it's circulating that Travis Hunter is in the news again, and it is relationship drama with his girl. So let's jump into this story and come right back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So we were
Yeah,
scrolling on
man.
Instagram and seeing this here, man. Romance turns into a high stakes financial battle so quickly, the full jaw dropping story reveals a trail of red flags that many saw coming. Find the in depth article in the comments. So we don't even have to go into the in depth article. We're just going to keep our eyes on this. But one of the main things about this is that they said they seen it early. We all seen everything. So I want to get how you feel about it, bro, and then I'll come back and just give my 2 cents.
Uh, well, man, it always looked like a plot and scheme
Mm,
situation. It's sad that it happened so fast. It's sad that it happened to him, but it was plenty of red flags. I mean they're young, so
right.
it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. My thing is we just gotta keep our eyes on it and really see what plays out. Because I don't really know too much besides
Yeah.
the money is his rookie's contract amount. She's asking for, and it's crazy. But
Yeah.
this world right now it's all crazy. So it's nothing that is unexpected. Is what I'm gonna say.
Hmm. Yeah. So I agree, man. And like you said, they're so young that I know that they don't fully get the concept of love. What's sad is they're also so young, but he's in some grown man shoes. You know what I'm saying? They playing a
Yeah,
grown man game. They playing an adult game, and he's a high caliber athlete who's wealthy. You know what I'm saying, or at least rich. You know what I'm saying? And with that, you have to protect your assets. You have to protect your future. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If they was going to get married, this is why the prenup should have been in the picture, or no prenup. Then that's why you should have your stuff in the trust because y'all have a full life ahead, and forever is a long time, and everybody is not signing up for forever. You know what I'm saying? That means the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. You know what I'm saying? You may hate your partner at one minute and you may love them the next, but you ain't giving up. You know what I'm saying? You're not plotting, you're not scheming. um this definitely looks like a plot, a scheme. You know what I'm saying? Because I've yet to hear about that young man doing anything to that lady. He may have, but that don't cause her to go, allegedly do the things she doing, and some of the things are a fact that she did because it's on camera. We've seen it. Um, so I take it as a lesson learned. I was already hip, like you said. It was tons of stuff, that we seen beforehand. But us being men, you know what I mean. You have to protect yourself, like you said, in today's day and age, because these women are leaving at the drop of a dime and divorcing. You know what I'm saying? You can go look at the rates; they have the highest rates, and that's not the way that the family structure used to be. Not saying you should be walked all over, but you got to weigh your options. You know what I'm saying? This dude is by far not just the everyday average Joe, and that's what make it hard because she'll do him like that. You know what I'm saying? And she putting somebody on a pedestal that can't even walk a mile in his shoes. You know what I'm saying? All because
Yeah.
of her feelings or what she want right now. And he's definitely, what she need. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a disciplined young man. He's not only a football player or an athlete. He's the top. He won the Heisman Trophy at a position other than quarterback. This young man played both sides of the ball every single down in college, and a lot of times people period can't understand what it takes for you to be that locked in, so they feel neglected. You know what I'm saying? They feel like you're not being there for them and all that because they never been locked in on nothing like that. It's like I do see you, but the faster I get this out the way, the more I can give to us. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you was locked in like that, but I got an opportunity in front of me, and I have to create it because it's a part of my purpose. And I know that's how she could probably feel because Travis don't party, Travis don't go out, Travis did everything. He streamed, he played a game, and he be with his girl streaming. You know what I'm saying? And playing football. Everything was about football. But like I said, man, when you do that, you need to go through a few relationships and stuff, and just see. I just hate that, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, so fast. Once they get married that fast, it's a divorce. There's no there's no hashing it out. There's no nothing. So I send my prayers to both of them, but I definitely pray that Travis, he gets the best attorneys and that the deal comes out the best that it can to protect his funds. Because even if he does give her something, she don't deserve half of it. You know what I'm saying? At all. You got to go through that whole ride. You can't just be like, nah. So yeah, man, young men, I'll just encourage you to keep your eyes open because these are the situations that you can learn from men in general. And then that's why I kick what I kick. You know what I'm saying? Get out of being African American, get out of being black. Go figure out how to put your stuff in a trust. Which when you got that type of money, you can pay lawyers and they'll set it up for you. You know what I mean? You ain't even got to do it yourself. You can put your stuff in a trust so you don't own anything, but you control everything. So nobody can sue you or nothing like that and just take from you because you ain't got it. You know what I mean? That's my advice on that today. And just men and women, you know what I mean? People in general who, you know what I mean? If you are, if you have more assets and you dating and stuff like that, protect yourself. That's all I can say. And it makes it messed up because this is the mindset that people who bust they behind for things that they have, that's what they got in their mind. Like this stuff, this is the type of stuff that it's scary out here, man. You be scared to just give everything away that you work for, and somebody who don't even deserve it, or you know what I mean, they ain't work for it. They don't even look at it like nothing. They like it is. Oh, we driving in a whoop de whoop, or I've always been at the 50-yard line in the best seats, and it's like nah, bro. This is a privilege. You know what I mean? This is a blessing. And they get the she probably feel like she on Travis level. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just keep that in mind, man. When you genuinely love somebody, love them. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be perfect because though none of us, most of us, I ain't gonna say none of us. None of us come from perfect love. A lot of us come from dysfunction. A lot of us come from trauma, anger, survival. And when we trying to love, we just trying to get it out there. You know what I mean? We trying to do it the best way we know how. And especially for other people who've been through the same thing. So yeah, man. Moving forward, you got anything else on that story?
Now, man, we could go ahead and dive into Shikari, man. Another athlete put on the platform on a stage to make herself look ridiculous. So we're gonna go ahead and check out this story and see if we'll bring you our thoughts and our perspective and how we see this story.
Mm-hmm.
doing this to me, and he's a man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. What's me right now?
Yep, he's under arrest.
I'm under arrest right
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
What am I
Yes,
under?
ma'am.
No, what am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now?
You're under
Okay.
arrest for assault 14.
I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
So then in
Christian.
Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that you guys are doing this to me, and he's a man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera. But at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have you on cameras all around here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. They're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on cameras.
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay. Okay. I will never fucking shoot again. Ever.
You gotta go this way.
Okay. Can we please hold these, protect, show these?
Yeah, man. Sha'Carri Richardson, back in the news. This one, this was dumb. You know what I'm saying? But this was real. And I'm glad that it was caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? And I pray, you know what I'm saying, that I pray that she learned from it. I pray that he continues to teach, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men go through that, you know what I'm saying? And most times they get us, you know what I'm saying? When they show up, it ain't no cameras, ain't no nothing, bro. It's your word and hers, and they like, bro. Shout out to the ladies who keep it real, you know what I'm saying? When they say, you know, my emotion is the best of me and stuff like that. In this situation, Sha'Carri is like a lot of other women, you know, and a lot of majority of women, you know what I'm saying? Because as you can see, she just kept blaming him. She said, I'm about to go to jail because of you. No, you about to go to jail because of your actions, you know what I'm saying? No matter what he said, no matter what he did, if he didn't put his hands on you, if he wasn't loud, but you were loud, and you pushing and you doing all that, and you're in the airport, you know what I'm saying? One of the most surveillance enhanced places in the world, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know, this is what I had to get out of, you know what I mean, coming from a single mother background, because a lot of times in our community, this type of behavior is passed down from our mothers, you know what I'm saying? They don't have emotional intelligence, you know what I mean? They don't have no self-control, and they're going to push you and antagonize you. But the best thing we can do is restrain, because if we put our hands on them, we go to jail. So in this case, she lying. She said she didn't touch him. You know what I mean? How do you say that with all those cameras? You know why? Because she got her emotions. And again, I'm not saying you wrong for having your feelings and your emotions. I'm saying she's wrong for not being able to control them, especially knowing who she is. This was one of them cases where a lot of times, you know, when you see women like this, blackout and all that, they be from the hood, they ain't got nothing, that's all that. But this is somebody who got something to lose, and they still acting like they still from the hood. They don't have it, you know what I mean? So it makes me wonder, you know, what her diet is. It makes me wonder, you know what I mean, what her healing process looks like. It makes me wonder, you know, what she been through younger, you know what I mean, and how her mother acts with her father, or if her father was there. But just as it says, bad choices can ruin everything you work for, and that's what I'll be trying to get across to people in general. I know sometimes it's my fault, 100% in my relationship, you know, but I try to get my lady to just realize that your feelings and your emotions are valid. Just bring it down a notch, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to have a conversation, and it's something that we all are working on, that we got to work on, and it might take professional help for us to work on it, but being willing to
Yeah.
work on it is something different. And I'll be damned if I ever be in public in the airport, acting like that. I'm definitely gonna act like the dude. I'm gonna act like I don't know nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I ain't doing nothing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously knew he had something to lose. She could have, and I don't follow, so I don't know, but she could have a 5 million or 10 million or $50 million deal with Nike, and because they see
Yeah.
that, they done. And then what she
Yeah.
would say is Nike is racist. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, it's not always racism. Sometimes it's just the way that you are acting.
True.
You know what I mean? So now she got to get help for it. I would, if he wants to be with her, you know what I mean? Because I get it. Hurt people, and if they're not healed, they're not making rational decisions and stuff. And I don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I don't just quit on my lady and stuff because we argued and she might have said something or might have pushed me and all that. I get it. What I'm trying to get to is how to get through so we can be on the same page. So you can understand my language, not love language, my lingo, how I'm moving, and I can do the same
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as I told you before, you should have mental health assessments and stuff like that before you get in relationships. But now, just in the space where the world is, it keeps weighing on us and making us depressed. So every day we get another addition that we might all need to be. When we get in serious relationships, just hey, when it's gonna get serious, let's do relationship counseling because we just need a mediator to help us speak each other's language. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you're wrong and it's not that I'm wrong. We both could be right. We can't hear each other if we both talking. And then if it's something that sparked that, say for instance, like infidelity, let's say, and for instance, sometimes it be finances with relationships and stuff like that. But whatever it is, this professional who may not even have a great relationship themselves, but they got the advice and they got the skill set to help us speak each other's language so we can get past that. So if they were speaking each other's language, they wouldn't have had to get that far. So that's it, man.
Yeah.
I pray for them both, though. I'm tired of seeing her go through the bad, but I'm one that knows if it didn't kill you, it make you stronger. So it's a learning lesson, and it's just gonna make her better because she's gonna have to lose some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
prayerfully, they get to a good space where they could at least talk, and you know what I mean, that their relationship can get right. But they need help. You know what I mean? A lot of us in our relationships, we need help.
Yep. Yep. Man. So I mean, I totally agree, man. So like the proof is in the pudding, man. When them cameras is up, they see everything. So like you got to just make better decisions, basically. Is how I take it. And you are on the platform, so you really gotta know where you at and know how to act. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence is the key. Gotta be able to control that. Over here, you know, gotta be able to control yourself in that, and especially in public, because they always gonna make you look like a fool, no matter what.
Mm,
And you made yourself look like a fool, so it's nobody to blame. The camera showed everything. So,
right.
but with that being
And
said,
before you end, when we get professional help, we can stop pointing the finger. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they're going to explain that, yeah, both of you can be right, right? In some instances, but we're both wrong because look where we're at.
right,
So she's going to have to take some accountability. You know what I'm saying? They're going to teach her the accountability because women and men think totally different. Women lead with their feelings and emotions. Men lead with logic, and we can explain and we can tell you. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you exactly why I've done anything. I can tell you why I feel something. Um, but oftentimes it's not hurt. And like I said, I'm just glad the camera was there because if it wasn't, she would, excuse me, she would get to the police first. Because most of the time we don't call the police, you know what I'm saying? And when
yeah,
people call the police, they make the man the aggressor. So I'm just glad, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't have that. We don't want to press charges. We love y'all, but that's why we was telling y'all to be quiet and calm down. And we got to get better at
yeah,
that. We got to get better at being able to tell each other, yo, chill, calm down. Like, we can talk about this without, you know what I mean, hating each other. But that comes with healing. So I just pray everybody continue to eat right and heal. Heal, heal, heal.
yes, sir, man. So that's why we always encourage you, man, to stay in your best self, man. Try to be more physical, mentally, and emotional intelligent. You want to eat right, sleep right. You want to do things to stimulate your mind, help you heal, and help them strengthen you all at the same time, man. So it's mostly what you take in, man. It's how you gonna react. And most of the time, if you're taking in things that's animalish, you're gonna act like an animal. So you gotta
Mhm.
really pay attention to what you're doing, man. So it's best to open up, man. If not, if you can't go, got somebody to go talk to, or if nobody noticed what you're doing and somebody else can notice, man, it's always best to use the emergency hotline 988. Don't hesitate, man. Don't be too late. You can be anonymous. You can say who you are or anything. But if you see something, say something, man. That's the main thing. See something, say something.
Yes,
Anything,
indeed.
bro?
And we got a comment. DK said, agreed. All couples should look into getting mentorship. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to make it work, if you're gonna go that distance, you know what I'm saying? That's real. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from somebody that's married. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely
Yes, sir.
married, so I agree. You know what I
Good.
mean? Once you get to that point where you serious, it ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of coaching. And like I said, for my relationship and stuff, I agree. You know what I mean? I'm definitely down to look into that. I'm definitely down to do it. I want to do it to see, you know what I mean, make sure this is right, what we need to be doing.
You and me both.
Um, yeah, before we walk out on each other and do things stupid or keep arguing, or because when it's all good, it's all good. When it's all bad, it's all bad. And I know that's the sentiment for a lot of us, but we need that help. Just speaking that language, we speak two different languages, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Moving forward, we got a clip. You know what I'm saying, from Instagram. Again, sometimes we scroll, man, and it ain't even necessarily a story, but sometimes we scroll, man, and we just see stuff that I mean pertains to everyday reality. And this is one of those stories or one of those clips. So let's get to this Instagram clip and let's come right back.
I'm 14. What you mean you don't care? What the fuck? I'm 14. Yeah. Huh? What type of shit is that? I'm straight. Alright, for sure. But I'm straight. Fuck. See, I think I be fucking lying. What the bitch? Do I not look my age up? Do I not look my fucking age? Oh God. What you say?
Yeah. So first off, you don't look at your age. So
Right.
that's one. But it just goes to show like it's the lack of parenting in the household. One. Um,
Mm-hmm.
for her to be that comfortable to react to a car, which tells me that she's above, more mature than her age, and she knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The language that she's using means that it's fluently that way. If she's used to talking like that, that's what she's used to hearing. Um, and of course, like when you respond to something, they're going to keep responding, no matter your age,
Right.
young lady. You should be mature enough to keep it moving. Call the police. Call your mom. Uh, But I mean, it's somewhere where that's lacking in the household because she's walking down the street by herself with tight pants on and it doesn't look right. Really. So,
Yeah. Yeah. She definitely looking for attention. The verbiage, like you said, the language goes to show that she's either around older people all the time or her mother um, knows. You know what I mean? That's that nigger stuff. You know what I'm saying? That we always talk about. We trying to get away from. You know, that's why I always say read with your kids, homeschool your kids. It's a tons of stuff that we don't know as adults that we're learning late. That if you pop that book open with them right now, y'all both will be learning for the first time, so it will be equal. You know what I'm saying? But you better protect your daughters. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, people in their neighborhoods are looking at their assets, looking at their body parts. But then there's the other side of that. There's trafficking. You know what I mean? Where people are
yeah.
looking for their body parts as organs. So be mindful. And this is why fathers are so important yet again, because if they don't get the protection and see the leadership and how you're supposed to treat a woman from their mother and their father's interaction, then they're gonna go looking for it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So fathers are just so important. and for the teaching aspect, because there's also a lot of fathers that are in these ladies' lives, and they begin to just spoil their children, but they don't teach them the game. Your father only teach you as far as he's going and as far as he's growing. So that's why fathers and mothers, just because you become parents, you can't stop growing, you can't stop pushing, you can't stop having that desire and that fire to eat right and work out and work on your dream, or go hard at work and keep ever elevating in your career, or whatever it is. You have to be the example, and you better spend some more time with your kids and invest in your children, or they got idle time on their hands like this, and people will do it for them. Where her father don't have, some older man will. You know what I'm saying? He'll teach her, or even if he care, he just use her for her body. But it's pivotal, you know what I'm saying? Especially with mothers teaching a woman how to learn, how to be receiving of information. But a father too, because a father, especially, he's supposed to be on his game. But I told you before, and it's not the do as I say era no more. We got to be better examples so they do as we do. And I can guarantee you, this is how her mom do. I guarantee you, her mom be all talking to their social media and all that crap. Aunts, cousins, friends, everybody. That's what they see. They emulate what they see. Celebrities that they look up to. The agenda is working. So, although she not wrong in the sense of being hit on, to be that comfortable talking on camera, whether it be TikTok or any social media, it's sad. Somebody 14 talking like that, but then if you put a book in front of them, they probably can't read out loud. You know, that goes to show again. I say it every. If you want to judge how good we're doing as adults, just take a look at our future. You know what I'm saying? And they saying protect your child. Protect your child also is teaching them, giving them education, but as well as knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You got to do both. Um, so yeah, that's my take, man. Get these young ladies back in etiquette school. You know what I mean? Get them into programs, um, and keep them close to teams. You know what I mean? So they can occupy that time. But if you're just letting them out here have a tablet, have their phones, social media, YouTube, shows like Baddies and all that, you know what I mean? That's what they're gonna turn into, and there's not gonna be nobody's fault but the parent. That's all I got on that.
Man, I mean, that's pretty much sums it up with that one, man. It's sad, but this is what goes on. This is what we stroll and see every day.
Yeah, man.
Um,
It's sad.
man. We're gonna dive into to this last. I don't know what's going down in LSU, man, but another
Mhm.
athlete at LSU has been caught up in some mess. So we're gonna check out this video, and then when we come back, we're gonna give you the thoughts on this one.
All right now. Oh, I think it's just a. Is it just a picture? It ain't no
It might be
video.
just
Okay, so it's just a picture. Let me get this. Let me get the
so
story.
basically,
Go ahead.
this young man right here, he's being charged for
JT Lindsay.
holding for hiding the suspect into his
Yeah, his
dorm
name
room.
is JT Lindsay.
Wait, one more time.
JT Lindsay. I got you. His name is JT
Yeah.
Lindsay. Let me read the story. I just pulled the story up. LSU football player accused of harboring two murder suspects in his dorm. LSU Tigers freshman running back JT Lindsay turned himself into authorities as he faced accusations that he harbored two men accused of murder in his dorm. Shamel Jacobs, 17, and Keldrick Jordan, 18, were each wanted for armed robbery and second-degree murder charges in Louisiana. The Alexandria Police Department said the U.S. Marshals Service apprehended both suspects on last Monday in LSU dorms. The two were accused of killing a 17-year-old. Lindsay was arrested on Friday on two accessory after the fact to second-degree murder charges and released the same day on $5,000 bond. An affidavit said Jacobs had Lindsay's school ID and was able to get the football player's PIN to allow him to access the dorm, and the two could be seen. together as far as July 24th. Lindsey's lawyer, Chris Perret, told the outlet in a statement that his client did not know the two suspects were wanted in connection to a murder and that Lindsey has been adamant about his innocence. My client, JT Lindsey, has been arrested on allegations of accessory after the fact for allowing two individuals, ages 17 and 18, who, unbeknownst to him, were wanted in Alexandria to stay at his LSU apartment for a couple of nights beginning on or around July 24th, Parrish said. It is alleged that the two individuals were wanted for crimes they are accused of committing in mid May of 2025 in Alexandria, Louisiana. There are no allegations that JT Lindsey was in any way involved in or in any way connected to the alleged crimes of the arrested individuals. How you feel about that, man?
So when I read I actually seen when the lawyer was talking, and I actually seen a couple videos on this, and it's like up in the air. Like some people say he knew, they seen him with him, he gave him access with the fob to get into the buildings while he was going into school and going to practice. No, I definitely don't feel like he had something to do with the murders, but I think he knew what was going on. It's crazy. Like I don't understand why you would put yourself in that situation. It's my thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
why, if you know you are an athlete and you know that you want to play football, you know that you're up on this, you know you're on a higher standard than everybody else. Why do you put yourself in these situations? Is my question. Um, and then like where is this, like what's been going on at LSU lately? You would think that they'd tighten up their security and know what's going on around here because they have it's perpetuatory in things that's going on, and it's just sad. Another situation that looks crazy on us. Um, Same copper fellow brothers doing stupid shit. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, what's happening at LSU is just a clear resemblance of what's happening everywhere, and this is why we, number one, work as mental health coaches. You know what I'm saying, with the youth in high school sports right now, but just period. You know what I mean. It's a clear reflection of how colleges recruit. How colleges recruit. You know what I'm saying. They come where they know they're single fathers, you know what I'm saying? They coming from the trenches, you know, these kids are hungry, they want to make it out, you know what I mean? And a lot of times with that, you know, you get, you know, the kids that have a little wherewithal who love football more than the streets, you know what I'm saying, who will be like, man, I'm going to go to LSU and all that, but they don't have enough discipline and obedience, and they don't have enough self protection. You know what I'm saying? To keep themselves from hanging with these people to get in, that's gonna get them in trouble. Oftentimes, it's not you who do it, but it's the company you keep. You know what I'm saying? It's your entourage, just your friends. You know what I mean? They come in and they stand, and one thing for sure, two things for certain. At that level, when you at a school like that, you got to tell your friends straight up, you got to get a hotel. Now, what would be messed up is if you do that and then they pull a gun out on him and then they squatting in his crib and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he's innocent, you know what I mean, I do pray that his innocence prevails, because when you're young and you like that, you want to keep it real, but it's what keeping real goes wrong. You know what I mean? It's definitely a lesson learned. This is an opportunity that I know he's sitting there kicking himself, because the season starts, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people this weekend. It starts this week, you know what I'm saying? And you want to be there for that, you know what I mean? Watching, you know, any given Saturday on Netflix. You know, that's the SEC, and LSU is one of the teams that's up there. But I use that stuff as a teachable moment. You know, this is another teachable moment that I'll be able to talk to our guys on Thursday about. You know, for our first home game. You know, I'll be able to literally break it down and let them know. You know what I mean? I don't know if it goes in one ear out the other, because you got to realize, you know, you're not going to touch every young man. But I guarantee you, when every young man who don't think they can be in this situation gets in this situation, the one thing they do wish is that they listen. The one thing they do wish is that somebody answer that phone, that one of the coaches, that one of the mental health coach, that somebody just believe them. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's like, you don't want to say, I told you so. which is why we try to get y'all to be proactive and strap you up with the wherewithal to change your lifestyle so you can change your mind and change your habits and remove yourself from people who are on a lower frequency, because as you can see, if you don't care about your future, other people don't, and it's not other people's job. But as you can see, your friends knew where you were and they didn't care. They cared about you know protecting themselves from taking somebody else's life. And it's like, bro, when you get caught, you get caught, but don't bring me in that. You know what I mean? And that's where young men had to, speak up. Like, yo, I get we cool and stuff. And I've had friends that's been in the streets and stuff when I was in college and all that. You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't know if they did a murder or nothing, but just you being in the streets and choosing that, I'm on this right here, bro. When we link up, it's cool, but you're not about to stay at my crib and all that. That ain't about to happen. You're not about to put me in trouble and harm's way. I'm not with that. And that's where, like I said before, enough young men need to get a backbone, and that's why we need more men out here who put their foot down and stand on it, because you can't just be tough when it's time to fight or it's time to pull a gun. Decision making is tough.
Yeah.
That is a real fight. Like, people don't get, like, making the right choices in life to keep going. Like, we get out here and we act like everybody is making the right choices just because they posting on Instagram that they somewhere. There's tons of people that travel and take trips and all this stuff and that are in the belly and the pits of debt. They get new cars and posting and all that and getting a new thing to lease in the belly and the pits of debt. They go out and take a picture of their food and all that, eating at these high value places, or put their outfit and they kicks it of the day. They buying them sneakers on Affirm, Afterpay, this place, that place. If America didn't have credit, we'll be a third world country. I'm gonna stand on that. I mean that, and the facts prove it. But even more, with having credit and this almost being a third world country, we're below in our community 1% of wealth. So I don't see how we having such a good time and having so much fun when our wealth is equivalent. If you less than 1%, that is like, on a consensual level, that's pretty much a third world country or living in poverty. If you're living below the wealth line, you definitely living in poverty, because what they creating is rich and poor. You know what I'm saying? So when stuff like this is happening, I need young men to be smarter, and I want all young men out there to know, there's always choices. You all have a talent, you all have a gift, you all have a purpose. Find a way to love yourself. Find a way to accept accountability, accept obedience, accept a discipline, and being consistent. Having perseverance to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, it's going to be hard, but getting locked up after somebody told you this, and then looking at those football numbers and spending your life in the jail forever, that's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? That's very hard. So you got to choose your heart. You know what I mean? We got to choose our heart. But choices are everything. So prayers out to all these young men, because we hate to see our beautiful young men get trapped away, locked away, and become free slaves. You know what I'm saying? All because of bad decisions. But here I go again, just speaking on how adults, we need to get better examples.
So, okay. Definitely fact.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. So you can't do nothing but pray. But I just want you to know that if these parents, I just want to know, all this it all falls back down on the parents. You know what I'm saying? You have
Yeah.
to continue to
Right.
teach. Just because they're 18 and they get out your house don't mean you're done. You know what I mean? And that's why you have to keep learning. You know what I mean? So you can teach your kids before they get in these type of situations. As you can see, we talk about a bunch of stories every week. So it's time for you to use stories as examples. It's time for you to share these shows. And you know what I mean? Look, did you hear about the young man that's at LSU? I'm telling you right now, this might be 8th, 9th grade. I'm telling you right now, you play around, you hang with the wrong people. I ain't got to tell you. Right, let's
Yeah.
write a letter to this young man. Let's see
Let's
what he
start
write
listening.
back. You know what I mean? Let's write a letter to this young man that's in jail right now. You write a letter to an inmate who 16, 17, and then now
Yeah.
he been in there for 12 years. Now he's 28 or 30. And he'll sit there and tell you, man, I wish I had somebody put their foot in my butt. I wish I had somebody who just, oh man, I'll do anything to be back out there. We gotta keep reminding these young men, yeah, it sound good in a song by NBA Youngboy, it sound good in a song by Young Dirk, it sound good in a song, by Lil Durk, it sound good in a song Quando Rondo, and the list goes on. But I want y'all to remember, when they cut them TVs off, that was entertainment. When you go do it in real life and that camera cuts you just like Shakari, oh, that's real life. and you're going to jail. And I want you to know,
Yep.
even in jail, you have a spiritual debt to pay. Just want everybody to know that. That's why I preach unity. It's not because it's soft or nothing. It's because it's the only answer. And y'all messing up. We keep failing the test. We fail in the pop quiz. We fail in everything because we will not unite. We won't heal, so we can have intellectual conversations. And you can be able to get some guidance and some leadership from somebody. Because if we all knew the way, then why we ain't getting there? If everybody know the right way, why are we not getting there? Somewhere in here there's a lapse, and why are our young men who get out of the ghetto get still pulled up in the crap? It ain't making no sense. Even the ones with opportunities now are losing the opportunities. Like he the bag, he's the bag. We just tricked the bag off because we that selfish. We're gonna put you in it too. So
Yep.
yeah, man.
Yep.
This
With that,
is the Leaders Only Digital Show and Podcast, live stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. We appreciate you joining us for this week's show. We hope you
yes,
enjoyed the show, the topic, the fruitful conversation. Let us know what interests you, so we can, keep bringing you things that we need to talk about and bring it to the show. We're brought to you by Would Have Changed Mentoring and Tone Drone. I'm Samaj.
and I'm Kendall.
And make sure you subscribe, share, hit the bell. I see a comment. You can read that comment, bro.
Yeah, man, Mr. DK say, yeah, these young athletes find it very hard to tell their friends no, especially if you are a local athlete like myself and Samad. Absolutely. You're right,
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
DK. It is. They don't know how to separate themselves.
Yeah, man. They think they're the same. You think you could do both. You know what I mean? They think they can do 1 foot in, 1 foot out. When they take that uniform on, you don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? And the only way somebody can distinguish you from just the average, person, criminal, whatever you want to call it, street thug, whatever,
Yeah.
is your actions, your discipline, your respect, how you handle things. You know what I'm saying? Because when they look at all us, they think we all criminals. So what makes you different? You have to be able to make better choices, and like DK said, the number one thing you got to do is you got to become a professional no man. I'm not doing that if that's going to hinder me. Second thing is I'm not doing that if you're willing to put my that in jeopardy. Like, no, nah, you're not my friend, bro. I'm good. But that's where pops come in. Like, boy, if your dad was teaching you that all the way up, like, bro, you don't fall for no peer pressure. I don't care. Well, you the coolest young man on the block. Can you imagine waking up every day in the mirror? Man, I'm the coolest young man on the block because I'm smart, because I'm this, because I'm respectful, because this. And ain't nobody gonna just push me over. I'm also knowledgeable. My dad, we did the school thing, but my dad had me reading. My dad got me eating clean. I'm an anomaly. You can't even mess with me. You know what I'm saying? You saying that all your life, and then you seeing your dad do it and handle stuff, and you see how your mom react to it. Like, man, come on, man. The household,
Yeah.
man. Let's clean up the households, man. So yeah, if you
Yeah.
got any ideas, any places we should visit, anything, please email us at leadersonly22@gmail.com. We'll definitely love to hear from you. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. You know it's been a blessing, man. It's always a pleasure. Love y'all. Peace.